What to do in times of confusion. Do you feel frustrated at times by the way the world appears to be going? Do you feel as though there is nothing you can do to change the direction we are headed? What options do we have open to us in times of stress, confusion or polarization? Among the many are the ostrich option, bury your head in the sand and wait for the monster to pass you by, fingers crossed of course. Join a movement opposed to things you do not agree with. Try to create a reality within which you feel safe, or none of the above. Is it your choice? No matter which path you follow, your past conditioning and current understanding and values will dictate the path you take. We place ourselves in opposition to that which we do not agree with. Not only do we oppose a path, we create greater polarization within our community. We think this, they think that. We want this, they want that. It seems to be that since history was recorded, giving a one-sided view of the past, we, as a collective, have been doing this, opposing something in order to create a better world. But look where that has got us. The idea of a better world is a noble idea but fraught with dangers. Better for who? Our team, creating a new reality. Upon whose ideals is that based? Conflict is inevitable as long as we continue to impose our values on another section of society. We see this on a daily basis. While the collective are divided in their points of view, there are no winners. Just ongoing conflict, which of course breeds more separation, more polarization, and the conflict that inevitably follows. If this has been the approach to conflict resolution in the past, why are we not living in a more harmonious, just world? Even on an individual basis, it has become increasingly obvious to me that the energy we put forth is responsible for creating the unique, personalized world we live in. Most of the time, we are unaware of this, unaware that the shadow aspects of the self are co-responsible for the world we live in. Those shadow aspects that create ongoing discomfort and challenges. We can change the world we live in by changing our minds. Not an easy task, surrounded as we are by so many conflicting stories. We appear to be forced to take a side, attack that, defend this. So instead of taking a step or two back and seeing that which unfolds being a result of the energy we have given it, we remain lost in the drama, taking it all super seriously, continuing to energize our point of view. If or when we come to this understanding that if we withdraw energy from a point of view we hold, then the charge around the point of view lessens. We may still hold the point of view, but now it has less energy driving it. The less energy we give to any point of view, the less conflict arises on our path, related to that point of view. It is hard to imagine this while one is still deeply into the drama, continually being forced to take sides. For the moment, assume that this is the case on a personal level. Imagine tens of thousands, perhaps millions of people, all believing in the same story, all giving energy to a commonly held belief. Surely this must have a major impact upon the manifesting reality, even more obvious when another group of millions hold different beliefs. Easy to see how we are pressured into a greater divide. This then equates to more energy being given to your side, which only aggravates the situation. No matter which side of the fence you believe yourself to be on, the situation becomes increasingly stressful. Now imagine that the driving force for all this tension is the product of the collective putting energy into a concept. This energy exists outside of the individual and may very well be fear-based. So assuming a cloud of fear sits above each of us, not just above but all around us, we swim in this sea of information. Call it the mind of God, the quantum soup, the field, the holographic universe. Call it what you will, it is still the sea of consciousness within which we all exist. If enough fear is generated, we must originate and exist in this fear. Anything that exists in the field is available to all who swim in the sea. Surrounded as we are by such strong emotions, it is hard, if not impossible, to see the world with any clarity. When we cannot see clearly, we try to impose our personal or group values on the rest of society. Yet this cannot be done without creating more polarity within the various groups in the collective, which continues to aggravate the situation. As Albert Einstein once said, reality is merely an illusion, albeit a very persistent one. While we take this illusion seriously, we are co-responsible for creating the situation in which we find ourselves. If we truly want to create an illusion that is not built on so much polarity, I suspect that certain stressors and tensions are needed in this world. The issue is that the extremes on each side of that equation are becoming more polarized by the month. Then, first we need to collapse the amount of fear that currently holds so many in its grip. To do this, we must first collapse any fear that exists within us, a challenging task, even for those recognizing the need to do so. As we reduce our own identification with fear, then instead of supporting a fear-based reality, we open the door for an alternative. Next, the energy we put in or take from the field cannot be based upon personal likes and dislikes. Remember, this leads to greater opposition and further deepens the divide between people. I suspect that an evolutionary step is required here, one without a preconceived idea, without judgment, without projecting one's preferences over another. Hard to do while under the cloud of fear and while still believing that you can change the world by doing something.